Hey you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Janae Bless and I'm excited to be back here with you for another segment of Yoga Talk, a place where we have conscious conversations about yoga practice, yoga philosophy, and yoga lifestyle. Today I have two special guests with me. One, Yogi Man _83. That's his Instagram name, but his real name is Ahmed Jabali Nash. And then I also have Baha Yogi, Alex Kaufman. Thank you guys for being down for doing this with me.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Okay, we're just gonna get right into it, okay? I want to know, so for you guys who don't know, I just finished another 300-hour yoga teacher training.
Whoop, whoop.
And I also got a, won't he do it? He will, God will do it. And he also got me 50 hours of Rocket yoga teacher training, which I honestly didn't even know that we were doing that, but that's super cool.
Can't beat it.
What happened?
Can't beat it.
Yeah, it's awesome. This training honestly was the best training I've ever done in my life. It was cool. So yeah, we just went through a Rocket yoga teacher training together. They came in from out of town. Where are you from?
I'm from Washington, D.C.
Okay, are you
Yes.
born there?
Yes.
Okay, born, raised.
Born and raised on the playgrounds where I spend most of my days. Yeah, that's where I'm from. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And where are you from, Alex?
I'm from the Bahamas.
But
The Bahamas.
were you born there?
I was born there, but I'm also half Austrian.
Okay, cool. So they both came in from out of state to be in this training with us, which I thought was super cool as well. How did you guys hear about this training?
Creeping Davina's page.
Yeah, through my homie Davina, met her a while ago, so it was good to be able to come in and help assist for this Rocket training. But yeah.
So how did you guys meet Davina?
Instagram.
I met Davina by her coming and assisting a Rocket training, and then I first met her by coming into DC to take a Rocket training with David C. Cow in Virginia at the studio called Little River Yoga, and so she came in town. She didn't have a place to stay. I had an apartment. She was like, "You're a part of the Rocket community? Can I stay on your couch?" I was like, "Sure."
I can't believe she did that.
Yeah, I know, right? I thought about
That
that.
happened, you know what I mean? Yeah, so she, and so she came, stayed on my couch, went to Rocket training, left. I mean, I kind of like, that was like one of my first encounters with Davina, like shortly thereafter me meeting her.
The first thing, hey, can I stay with you?
Yeah, I was like, sure, why not? You know what I mean?
He seems cool.
Yeah, it was I tried not to give off the creepy vibe, you know what I mean? As a yoga teacher in general, as a man.
I will say that I didn't get the creepy vibes either this week. Yeah.
No creepy vibes. When we first met too, we stayed in the same place together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you guys meet?
Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, he
Where
slid
you-
in my DMs with hands-down advice. With hands-down advice. And I was like, fuck him, he don't know my life. And then I looked at his Instagram, I'm like, oh wait, he's actually pretty good. So,
He might know a little something.
yeah, and then I took his advice and I went back to him, I was like, you was right. You was right.
Wait, so how long ago was that? When you guys, I guess, initially
First
had
met, that was
contact?
a while ago.
Yeah.
Like
probably.
on Instagram. I think we've been friends on Instagram for a while.
Yeah.
But we first met in person 2 years ago.
Okay.
At our retreat.
And had a retreat at the same time.
Yeah.
Together?
Like, we planned a retreat together and then met each other
At the retreat space.
at the retreat spot.
What? Can we zoom into my face? What?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Pause, because they don't even know this, but we've already gotten to half of this already, but I want you guys to know that we're talking about our Rocket training. I think I mentioned that, but also social media. So both of you have a huge following on social media and have met so many yogis across the world, have shared the practice with so many people across the world. And I definitely want to talk about that because this looks completely different from what it was, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago before social media was even a thing, where people had to, it was like word of mouth. It's like,
Yeah,
oh
that's
yeah,
true.
meeting people at your yoga studio, and then maybe they're from somewhere else or they're visiting, and then they tell you about their teacher and where they're from, and it's just, then maybe you see their practice and I don't know, you might trust them enough to travel miles and like spend your hardworking money
Maybe, yeah.
to go and like have this whole experience because it's so much more than you just showing up to yoga class or whatever. It's like it's a whole thing. Like we're doing this, you know what I'm saying? So I want to know about y'all's journey and how you got to where you are, and low key I want to know where you're going next because I feel like it's only gonna get crazier. Who wants to start?
I'll start. So, but the journey itself and then getting into social media. Well, I first started yoga because I needed, I actually took my first yoga class after rugby. I played rugby for like 6-7 years, and then I had a lot of injuries, so then I got pushed into yoga, and initially I didn't like it.
Really?
I hated it. I was like, this is so boring and slow. But I didn't know there was like hundreds of styles of yoga. But anyway, so then after
what
that,
style were you practicing?
it was like restorative, hatha, like slow, But yeah, after, when I was pregnant with my daughter, then I started again, and I kept up with it because it was helping me with my self-esteem and just insecurities. Like yoga helped me become confident and love my body and kind of like, you know, be okay with being me. So then I started with that, and then that took me into starting an Instagram.
Okay.
To like, because I procrastinate a lot and having like a place to put my pictures and my videos and stuff and see my progress really got me more accountable for my practice. And then through that, people eventually wanted to start learning yoga from me, and I was like, okay, maybe I can make money with this.
Wait, so you instantly went to, maybe I can make money with this just from people hitting you up on social media?
Because like people started seeing me post on Instagram, and a lot of my friends and a lot of my family members were just like, look, can you teach me this? Because I saw like you weren't really flexible in the beginning, and I can see your progress, and I was just like, wait, people want me to teach them? So then I kind of got into the whole how to become a teacher, and then went off, did my teacher training, and all the while being on Instagram, and that just started growing and growing and growing. And I think after like 2.5 years of teaching, I was like, maybe I want to do a retreat or something. And then we got connected through Instagram. Okay,
I want to pause and go back just a little bit. So first, what were you doing? So you were playing rugby before.
Yeah, so I played rugby in school, and then I was in university, and then I was going to be, I was looking forward to becoming a medical examiner.
Okay.
Yeah, so completely different end of the spectrum.
Pause. That's a medical
examiner. In my head, I'm like, what they do?
They do autopsies on dead people.
Okay.
So they figure out like how people die. So so basically a forensic scientist.
Okay, that sounds kind of fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I went there, and then I had to go back home. And when I went back home, I started getting into law, actually. And I was like, no, this isn't something I want to do. And then yoga took over my life. And
isn't that crazy how that happened?
It's so weird, because I even like, I spoke to a few of my friends from like university and boarding school, and they're just like, you like in fitness?
You in fitness?
and you know, being quiet and you know, like meditation and stuff. Just like, it's a complete, I never ever would have guessed it.
Man, that's how it is though. I'm telling y'all better be careful.
Yoga,
if you're thinking about doing yoga, it takes over your life.
Holds you in.
But it's awesome. It's like, and it's so nice. You're like, oh, but I kind of like it. Like,
yeah.
Go further. Okay, cool. So, how?
No.
What was your journey like?
So I actually got into yoga after having like a real bad drinking problem.
Okay.
I used to be a real bad fish, as they call it, slush, whatever you want to call it. And I crashed like 2 cars before I could own my own car.
What?
And yeah, like I totaled them joints, like wrapped one around a tree, like it's bad.
Damn.
So I had to like do a self-analysis of myself.
Did you almost die in one of those?
Probably did.
Okay.
But I never got, the funny part is, the blessing is, not funny part, the blessing is I never got injured.
Okay.
Like I walked away from both of them, like.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Lucky.
But getting into those accidents, was that like the trigger that went off for you?
The trigger that went off for me was I had a child.
Okay.
And I was like, you gotta be around for your baby, no matter what it is. So I have a daughter. She's 7 years old. She's awesome. Shout out Shira. Yeah. I love you.
Ben?
I love you.
I'm like, show me some love.
So, but I had a child, and I was like, I need to get together. So I started doing like mixed martial arts to like get away from drinking, because I was like, I'm doing a lot of mixed martial arts. Can't really drink it a lot.
Okay.
Get me in shape.
Right.
But then I was like very lacking flexible. So I started doing mixed martial arts, and then eventually I was getting tapped out moves that weren't moves because I was inflexible. Then somebody told me, like, you should try yoga out. Google yoga, started going to Bikram yoga for like 6 months, and then realized they weren't doing like up dogs and down dogs. And I was like,
So you knew a little bit about yoga before you
I
went?
Googled it.
Okay. He's a researcher,
It's
guys.
like, you know, since you know, it's beautiful because, like, you know, the day and age, like you said, we can't, back in the day was like word of mouth. Now you can like Google a teacher and like, what's about, what they about, I'm gonna check that person out or not. But I Googled yoga, went to Bikram yoga for 6 months, and then I realized I asked somebody about the poses. It was only like 26 postures. I was like, okay, who does the up dog, down dog? Like,
Where can I find that?
Where can I find
Because I was
this
losing,
week?
I was using body mass. Like, I was losing it
Okay.
in the practice of what they do, because they don't do any upper body work.
Okay.
So I was getting flexible, but I was losing body mass.
Which definitely didn't help you with
Not at all.
the martial arts. Got it.
And I didn't like the way I was necessarily looking in my own body. Sorry. But then I started doing power and vinyasa, and once I got power and vinyasa in my body, I got into Rocket by a friend bringing me to a certain studio doing my yoga teacher training. And Rocket just has taken me over. So that's my practice. I just can't stop doing it.
Because they don't teach Rocket everywhere.
They don't teach Rocket everywhere. It's sad. They have different pockets inside the states and inside the world, not just the states, that teach Rocket. If you Google it, you can find all the different places. DC, New York, California, I think they have Florida, Greece, Spain,
Houston. Shut up.
Houston, you know what I'm saying? New Mexico, like it's all over the place, you know what I mean? So it's just, if you live in a certain area, you might have to drive a little bit for it, but it's totally worth it though.
Can I ask you a question though? Is it like just getting out there? Like,
Oh no, it's been out there since the 1980s. Like, it started in 1980s with Larry Schultz. Like in
Okay.
1980, like 86 area, like, you know.
okay.
So it's been out for a while. It's just been like underground for the longest.
Okay,
Like,
yeah, I think that's kind of like what I was thinking. I'm like, it's like this underground thing, because even, well, Houston's yoga community is still growing. So not everyone really knows about, like, if you say Ashtanga to somebody here, they may probably not, won't
Okay.
know what it is.
Okay.
So if you say Rocket, they're just like, what the hell is...
Yeah, like,
what the hell is
bruh.
Insert meme right here. I actually have that sound effect.
That's gonna be perfect.
bruh.
All right, very good. We're gonna have fun editing this one. So it's underground, but it's like coming out now.
Yes, it's. I mean, in the areas that it's out. You know what I'm saying? It's people love it. I mean, it's an addictive practice. It feels good inside of the body, and it just works with your nervous system in a certain way that's kind of beautiful to me. Even though it's exciting, it puts you. I mean, it's just humbling to me. It's humbling inside what we need inside of our lives. Yeah.
It's a very strong practice, and I did not realize that until this week.
Right.
How do you guys not know? So you guys met on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
How do you organize? How long did it take y'all to organize this retreat?
It was like 8 months. It might take.
We put it together. Cause what happened was the venue reached out to me, and they were just like, "Look, we want you to host a retreat here." And I'm like, "Fuck, I've never done a retreat." Like I was just thinking about doing them, and now here, like the opportunity is. And on top of that, it was in Greece, and not even just in Athens, on a little island, like 10 hours outside of Athens.
Okay.
Yes.
Give us
And
some geography. Just
Yeah.
the nigga don't know.
I know, right? And then I was like, shit, well, I need someone to do it with.
Okay.
And at that point, him and I were talking, And I was like, well, you know, he's really good with inversions. Like, those are his specialty.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm really good with flexibility. And I'm like, they go together.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was just like, let's just do this together.
Let's just try this out.
And he was like, yeah, sure. I was like, okay. Then I would have had to like sell that a little bit.
Wait, so did you not have like yogi friends back home that you could have asked?
I mean, no. The yoga community back home is not as vast, I guess, as like in the States. You do have, I mean, we have yoga studios and people that practice yoga, obviously, but there wasn't really a class or a person that I kind of like identified with.
Okay.
So I was just like, fuck it, if I don't have it home, I'll just create it. And then I just started traveling and taking classes, traveling and teaching, etc. But yeah, so after that, we started to plan the retreat. And like, I'm not gonna lie, like there were certain points during it, I was like, I don't even know this dude. And he was getting all of the money. Like all of the money for the retreat.
How many people signed up?
We had like 25 people.
Yeah.
Our first retreat, we got like 25 people, and all of the money was going to his account. And I'm like, I don't know this man. I am giving him free reign of all of the money. I am trusting him to even send my cut, like fairly. And I'm just like, what are you doing, Alex? I was like, yeah, he helped you to like hold a handstand, but I mean, can you trust him
really
with
know
this
him?
money though? So
Does he have a passport?
I didn't know any of that. And so
did y'all
then-
FaceTime or anything?
Yeah, we FaceTime.
We FaceTime, yeah,
Okay.
eventually.
But it wasn't like I was like, see, look at my passport, I got it.
But it was like no actual proof that he could even travel. Like I was like, okay, I trust him. And then we realized that shit, this retreat is like picking up. Like people were like, yes, we're going. We sold it out within like a couple months or something.
Sweet.
And then it was time to go to Greece, and I was just like, okay. And then we stayed in the same place.
In the same room?
In the same, no. It was an apartment. It was a
okay. Like a
two-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
He brought his girlfriend.
Okay.
And I was just like, so
Good
I'm
move,
just
good move.
letting. That gave me a sigh of relief. I was like, okay, he's bringing his girlfriend. That's great, and she's like super nice, so it's even better.
Yes.
And
There you
Go
go.
ahead.
Yes.
Because your girl probably wasn't having that either. She's like, with who? Bye, Yogi. Then who?
She was really cool about everything though. She was like, and I think that was one of the reasons why I felt so comfortable working with him. Because like it's so common for me, especially to get a lot of like tension from like the women or the partners of the people that I work with. And this was the first time she was like, okay, cool. And I'm just like, okay, all right, we could do this.
Sweet.
So they came to Greece, and from there we were just like, this works. And I feel like we gelled like immediately though.
Yeah.
Like even at the retreat, we told everybody this was the first time. Like everyone, we were like, "Yeah, y'all like pressed about meeting us for the first time. We meeting for the first." And they're
They
like,
was
"Wait,
like,
what?" We thought y'all was friends from like a long time.
So wait, okay, this is also like, this gets into it though, because it's like so many people, I'm sure there's millions of other people who have done something like this on social media, planning something and not physically knowing that person, but you guys live on like two opposites.
Oh god, yeah.
But it's like y'all know each other. Like what is that connection like versus, I don't know, I guess meeting someone in person?
I mean,
Is it still real? Like,
yeah. Like what kind of
for some people though, you know, like, I don't know, some people like social media is a whole nother layer type of thing.
I feel like, I mean, I know people that have done the same thing and they don't like each other and they'll still work together just for the sake of social media. But I feel like you could feel when the energy is different. Like you can feel when two people work really well together. And I feel like I'm totally grateful for social media to kind of allow us that space where you can meet people from all like walks of life, from all over the world. But like somehow you just know though. Like I just knew that we would have been cool.
At the day, I mean, it's communication. Like,
Yeah.
That's like any relationship, friends, you know, so your
Whatever.
partner, business, whatever you have to have communication. So it's like, I slid into her DMs at the beginning of it because it was like, I was shitting on her handstands, whatever like that. So it was like, I'm trying to help you.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like,
How did you go? Were you like, hey, your handstands suck? Or were you like,
No,
or were you being like super nice? Like, hey, my name is.
No, I came for it. I came for it.
He just went straight into it.
I was like, hey, how you doing? My name is Ahmed. You were doing some good work inside that video. I think I like sent the video with it or whatever like that. It's like, had comments under the video, like, you could do this in a different manner while you're just still doing what you're doing already. Like, add this to your practice.
Yeah.
It's so interesting to me.
Yeah. So I mean, that was the way I did it.
I was just like,
because I still have I have 5 sisters, so it's like I grew up with 5 sisters, so I deal with women in in my mind, a respectable way. Like, I would want somebody.
He was very nice about it.
I was straight to the point, but wasn't trying to like
straight to the point.
Okay, yeah, because another thing that my mind goes to is just like nowadays, especially with you guys having the mass amount of followers, especially you, Alex. It's like, and you know that you can use this as a tool to make money. How do you know? It's like you probably get so many messages. Like, how do you decipher which ones are legit or the ones that are just like, it looked legit, but I don't know.
I feel like it's energy. A lot of times you could tell, and sometimes like
I go in their page and
you check their page, you see like, this is bad, but like how many followers they have, because especially like when it comes to a company that claims a certain reputation, I guess you have to kind of understand which people are backing them, and not even just followers, but like when you look at their website, like how professional is their website, or just like reviews or things like that to kind of have a backup. But I feel regardless, so that's kind of a part of growth. It's just trial and error. Like I've gotten into some situations that I thought, okay, this is legit, and I get there and I'm just like, oh god, this is not worth my time. But it's trial and error, and you learn from it. But yeah, I feel like it's very rare to actually get that connection over social media without having the kind of energy aspect too. So definitely like meeting in person would be a good idea. But
yeah, you just gotta read it for yourself. It's almost like, you're in a yoga class, are you gonna give that hands on assist or not?
Yeah, like you can feel it.
It's like and it's a communication thing. It goes back to that, like if you contacting the person back and forth and they're answering your questions. Now, they don't have to answer them like exactly how you want them to, but they answer it in a manner that you're like, okay, they have some knowledge about this.
Yeah. They seem like they got some sense.
You know what I'm saying? That they answering some stuff, you're like, what are you even talking about? Like, or you're in your gut, you gotta go with your energy. Like, what do you feel? You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, when we did the retreat, it was just kind of like, all right, and at the time I slid into her DMs, I had a lady. And I told her about it, and
you told your lady about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do this shit on the. I be sliding people's DMs, helping people out all the time. Okay.
I think that's interesting.
Shouts
too.
out.
I was gonna say like you.
One coming at your way.
Put your questions down below for Ahmed to answer. You just feel comfortable giving people feedback on the internet?
Yeah, man.
Like, what be going through your mind? Like, did you get on there? You're like, let me go give some feedback.
Nah, like let me go get some feedback. Today is the day. Learn today. No, in the end of the day, like for me, I use social media to, like she said, like I use it to document my own practice, and I would ask for advice from people. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that makes sense.
I was on social media, so I was like, if somebody puts their practice up there, it's out there for the public to see. And if I see it because I check your page out, we probably have like had a kind of interacting, or I like your stuff, so and you probably liked a couple of my photos or videos, whatever like that.
Okay.
So
it's not just random people.
Okay, no, it's not just like, oh, this is my first video I looked at you. Like, just like you come to my yoga class, I probably won't give you a deep assist. You know what I mean?
And I feel like you give it more as like a suggestion.
Yes, yeah.
He's not like fix this. That looks
your shit is fucked up. You need to do this, or your shit is gonna be fucked up even worse.
Because he was just like, if you want to hold it longer and not like overstress your body, I would catch your back to engage the core. And I was just like.
Or keep a leg in your chest. I gave her some like suggestions.
Yeah, but it was like suggestive, like, look, you don't gotta do it if you don't want to, but I have knowledge and I'm like willing to share it with you.
Man, that is awesome, because I sure wish somebody would have said something to me a couple years ago when I was doing back bends. Because my shit hurt, and there was something not going on. Alex, where were you?
I know, right?
Where were you, Yogi man? I was commenting on my pictures. if y'all need, for real, if you guys have any questions, do you mind if people hit you up? See, people might start hitting you up now.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
If you start charging people because of this, just the mass amount of people who are coming your way, I think I should get some commission.
Shout out Yoga Talks.
Send him a code Janae Houston, okay? Let him know.
When you heard about it.
Well, the last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was just how has yoga changed your life for the better? Because Alex was supposed to be doing autopsies. What were you supposed to be doing?
I was supposed to be running a construction company with my family.
Okay, are you still gonna do that?
No. I stopped doing that 6 years ago.
Okay.
Like I dibble and dabble in construction, but that was supposed to be like the jam, like my life.
And now yoga's your jam.
Yeah.
How has yoga changed your life for the better?
Yoga has helped me for the better. It's just helped me overall. Like, you know, of course you hear the hashtag yoga is life. Yes, it's not life, but it brings a different. Yeah, it brings a different change.
That was nice.
You know? It brings a refreshment to like each day that you practice, because like at the end of the day, like when you go to yoga, you never have the regret of going.
Yeah.
If you don't go to yoga, you have the regret of not going. Like, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, like the reason why people don't do anything at the end of the day is because of time. It's not money, it's not space, it's not, you know, all that kind of stuff is usually just time, because you don't have the time to do shit. We don't make the time. And
Effects.
Big.
it has helped me with my own time management. It's helped me with like listening to my body and listening to others. It's helped me with the acceptance of love, you know, taking the time to appreciate and love myself. I love myself first, so I can't like pour from an empty cup. It's just helped me in some way. I mean, it's helped me be soft, to be hard when it's necessary. It's helped just keeps the balance.
I know, I'm like, shit, you doing so right? Like, really, I'm soft. My heart on the inside is going.
I know, right? Like I'm fluttering. I'm like, geez, okay. Like,
I mean, you know,
speak the truth here. You are.
It just helps the balance. You know
And I don't want to say it, but I have to, because I'm sure there's still people that think like this. But to hear it coming from a man is like. And then also not a creepy man, you know what I'm saying? A man of integrity. Okay,
it's not creepy.
He's not creepy. And I know for me, I have had issues with men in the past, just in general, and it's just nice.
It's a breath of fresh air.
It's a breath of fresh air, and it's just nice. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, brother.
I see you.
I see you. Yeah. So for other guys too who are watching this,
yoga's not just for women. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, you know, how can it benefit you? You know what I mean? And how can you benefit yoga? You know what I mean? Like, 'cause you're bringing something fresh because of you, who you are. That's what just matters. Like, I used to think about like all the time, like, we're not on the mat. It's like, well, I'm not on the mat, so of course we're not on the mat.
We gotta have Ahmed back again.
I know, right?
For some of these
wisdom droplets.
Go ahead and like this video right now if you want to do another video, Ahmed.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass the mic to my homie over
Yes.
Jeez, yoga has really changed me. Like, yoga helps with like my anxiety. It definitely boosted my self-confidence for sure, hands down. And also just like becoming more in tune with my body. Like, I feel like yoga is so much more than just a posture. So like having that like breath to body connection is so important. And I feel like it's very common in today's world especially, is to have people that just have that disconnect. Like the breath is something that people don't even notice anymore. Like people don't really take time to realize that you're breathing, you're alive, and like there's so much out there that you could be doing. And yoga kind of taught me that. It, like, my possibilities are endless. And also like I don't need to compare myself to anyone, because, you know, only me is me. And I feel like yoga just, I mean, like,
go there, Alex. I need you to go there.
I know, right?
Go there.
Drop the mic, babe.
No, like, it's so true. I feel like yoga has like given me this platform where it's just like, you know what, you can do whatever it is that you want to do, especially like when it's so fueled from a passion. And I think that that's something that I couldn't have gotten anywhere else, for me personally.
Sweet. Well, I just want to thank you guys so much for doing this with me.
Yeah.
I appreciate y'all.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you guys back home watching this wherever you are, for being here with us as well. Be sure to like this video. Make sure to comment down below your favorite thing, any questions you have for Ahmed, any questions you have for Alex. If you want to go follow them on social media, I'll be sure to tag all their stuff down below, their websites, their retreats and stuff like that, because I want to go on a retreat now.
Oh yeah.
I don't know about you, but I want to go on a retreat.
They coming.
So, look out for that, and yeah, that's really it. Anything else you guys want to say?
Peace up. In-town down.
I figured you guys.
I'll see you guys later in another video. Peace, love, and all the light to you.